Today we are going to see a new point from quantum mechanics. And today's point of discussion is wave particle duality. So, wave particle nature of electromagnetic radiation is called as a duality principle. Means the electromagnetic radiations behaves as a particle and as well as a wave. So, this is a wave particle duality principle. In 1923, Louis de Broglie, a French physicist who proposed a hypothesis to explain the theory of the atomic structure. And by using a series of substitution, de Broglie hypothesized particles to hold properties of waves. Means in 1923, de Broglie proposed the wave and particle-like nature of electromagnetic radiations. And within a few years, de Broglie's hypothesis was tested by scientists shooting electrons and rays of light through the slits. Means simply, when some scientists were studying on the electrons, they have also observed the particle and the wave-like nature. And what scientists discovered was the electron stream acted the same as light, proving de Broglie correctly. So simply scientists have discovered the electron stream is also act as a particle and wave, which was proposed by Louis de Broglie. And through the work of Max Planck, Albert Einstein, Louis de Broglie, Arthur Compton, Niels Bohr, and many other scientists, and current scientific theory holds that all particles exhibit a wave nature as well as the particle nature or the vice versa. And this phenomenon has been verified not only for the elementary particles but also for the compound particles like atoms and even the molecules. Means simply, this phenomena of particle and wave nature is not useful for only light, but it is useful for the elementary particles, compound particles like atoms and even the for molecules. And for macroscopic particles, because of their extremely short wavelengths, wave properties usually cannot detect. So, macroscopic properties or the macroscopic particles have very short wavelengths and wave properties cannot be detected for very large objects. Here is the actual wave particle duality. We have seen initially the introduction. So, wave particle duality principle. Wave particle duality is the concept in quantum mechanics that every particle or the quantum entity may be described as either a particle or a wave. Means simply, in the wave particle duality, the concept was developed by the quantum mechanics. The concept is every particle or the quantum of light may be described as either a particle or a wave. Then it expresses the inability of the classical concepts, particle or wave, to fully describe the behavior of quantum scale objects. As we learned, the classical physics or the classical mechanics is unable to study the photoelectric effect, black body radiation and so many concepts on the micro level. So same way here, the wave-like nature and the particle-like nature cannot be described by the classical mechanics, and it was developed or the expressed by only quantum mechanics. Then wave particle duality refers to the fundamental property of the matter where at one moment it appears like a wave and at another moment it will act as a particle. And to understand the wave particle reality, it's worth looking at differences between the particles and the waves. And light has a characteristic of both wave and the particle, and this was proven by the diffraction experiment in 1803. The experiment was performed by Young. Young is a scientist, and the particle-like character can be studied by using photoelectric effect, which was done by Einstein in 1905. Simply, Young discovered the wave-like nature in 1803 and he used the experiment diffraction. And in 1905, around 100 years later, the Einstein who discovered the particle-like nature by using the photoelectric effect. So these two scientists have found separately the wave-like nature and the particle-like nature. But in 1924, Louis de Broglie, he observed by using the relativity theory, the light has a wave as well as a particle-like nature, that is the wave-particle duality. Simply in 1924, Louis de Broglie investigated some of the consequences of the relativity theory, and he reasoned that if a light can display a wave-particle duality, then why not matter, which appears particle-like, can display a wave-particle duality under certain conditions. You observe that light has a wave-particle duality, then why not for the matter? So matter also have a particle-like nature and the wave-like nature under certain conditions. And after the de Broglie, there is another work was done, and again diffraction experiment used by the C.J. Davison and L.H. German in 1927, and they have used the diffraction experiment to prove the wave-particle duality. And diffraction is a property of waves, and it was concluded that moving electrons were behaving as waves. Then de Broglie wavelength. So as we have seen, the wave-particle duality principle was given by de Broglie, or he was proved the wave and particle-like nature of the electromagnetic radiation. So it's needed to find out the de Broglie wavelength. So we will go to how to find out the de Broglie wavelength. So just based on the idea that light and all other electromagnetic radiation may be considered as a particle or a wave nature, in 1923, physicist Louis de Broglie suggested that the same kind of duality must be applicable for matter also, and he proposed that any particle of matter which have a momentum was given by P, has an associated with lambda. So de Broglie has proven the wave and particle-like nature of the electromagnetic radiation as well as of the matter. So he proposed that the particle of matter having momentum, it possesses the wave and particle-like nature, and its wavelength is the lambda. So de Broglie wavelength formula given by de Broglie is the lambda is equal to h upon p. Lambda is the wavelength, h is a Planck's constant, and the p is the momentum. So for a particle of momentum mv, p is equal to mv. M is a mass and v is the velocity. So the wavelength is given by lambda is equal to h upon mv, and this equation is also applicable for photons. So by using this equation, we can also find out the lambda of the photons. So lambda is equal to h upon mv. Now we know the equation of Planck's to find out the energy of the electromagnetic radiation, and equation is A is equal to h nu. Simply nu is equal to c upon lambda. So I have written this equation like this. A is equal to sc upon lambda. Here c is the velocity of light, and again remaining terms are same. H is a Planck's constant, nu is a frequency, E is the energy. And from the relativity theory, photon has energy given by the formula E is equal to mc square. So we have two equations separate. E is equal to sc upon lambda and E is equal to mc square. So just by equating these two equations, we will get the equation mc square is equal to sc upon lambda, and from this equation we can simplify the equation of lambda. So here c square divided by c, one c get cancelled. So remaining equation is lambda is equal to h upon mc. So after equating this two equation, you can get the value of lambda, and lambda is equal to h upon mc. So here m is a mass, c is the velocity of the light, h is a Planck's constant, and lambda is the wavelength. So the quantity represented by mass times velocity is the momentum. So simply m into c is the momentum. So instead of c we can use v here, because we are going to find out the velocity of a particle, not a velocity of light directly. So you can write mc is equal to mv. When there is a light, you can use c, and when there is a particle, you can use v. So simply lambda is equal to h upon mc. Same equation can be written as lambda is equal to h upon mv. So this is the equation of de Broglie wavelength. So here is the expression or the relationship of the lambda and the kinetic energy of the moving particle. So expression for de Broglie wavelength in terms of kinetic energy of the particles. So kinetic energy, we know the equation half mv square. So this equation can be simplified as just multiplied and divide the equation of kinetic energy by m. So equation will become mv bracket square divided by twice m. So as we know, p is equal to mv, that is p is the momentum. So just in this place mv bracket square, so in this place you can write p. So it is p square divided by twice m. So we want to find out value of p. P is the momentum. So just rearrange the equation, we will get the value of p. Kinetic energy into 2m is equal to p square. Just take square root of kinetic energy into 2m. This will be the p. So as we know, the equation of lambda is h upon p. So just put value of p here. Lambda is equal to h upon square root of 2m into kinetic energy. Here lambda is the wavelength, h is the Planck's constant, m is the mass of the particle, and kinetic energy of the moving particle. So by using this equation again, we can find out the de Broglie wavelength in terms of the kinetic energy of the particle. So you can use this equation when kinetic energy and the mass of the particle is given, and then you can find out the lambda value. After that, there are some significance of the wave particle duality. So let us calculate de Broglie wavelength for certain objects. So you can use the equation which we found here. Lambda is equal to h upon square root of 2m into k. So by using de Broglie equation, we can find out the kinetic energy when the lambda is given. When kinetic energy given, you can find out lambda. It's vice versa. So simply you can calculate the kinetic energy. This is the wave particle duality significance. So here is the one significance is given. An electron with kinetic energy 100 electron volt. So we know the relation 1 electron volt is equal to 1.602 into 10 raised to minus 19 joules. So just write down kinetic energy in terms of joules. 100 into 1.602 into 10 raised to minus 19 joules. So it will come 1.602 into 10 raised to minus 17 joules. So this is the kinetic energy. And mass of the electron we know 9.11 into 10 raised to minus 31 kg. So just write the equation from here. Lambda is equal to h upon square root of 2m into kinetic energy, and write down all the values. H is equal to 6.626 into 10 raised to minus 34 joule seconds divided by square root of 2 into 9.11 into 10 raised to minus 31 kg into 1.602 into 10 raised to minus 17 joules. So after calculation, the value of lambda will come 1.22 into 10 raised to minus 10 meters. It will be converted into the picometers by just multiplying 10 raised to minus 12. So it will come 122 picometer. And another example is given. So 1 gram of bullet which moves with a velocity 300 meter per second square. Same way you can calculate the lambda value, but here the mass is given 1 gram and the velocity just given. So you can use the equation which we have calculated for just de Broglie wavelength. Here lambda is equal to h by p, p is equal to mv, so equation becomes h upon mv. Just put values, h value and the mass is in gram, just convert it into kg and velocity as it is, and find out the value of lambda, which is equal to 2.21 into 10 raised to minus 33 meters. And from the above examples, we observe that the wavelength associated with the moving electron is one of the same order of magnitude as of the X-rays, and which can be easily measured. So by using the wave particle duality, we can find out the de Broglie wavelength. And thus it is clear from the above examples that the macroscopic objects exhibit very small wavelength, so small in fact that it is rather pointless to think of them in wave fashion. So for larger objects the wavelength is very shorter, and wavelengths associated with microscopic objects can be observable and this significant. Hence wave particle duality has a significance only in case of the microscopic objects or the small objects. And for the larger objects or the macroscopic objects, wave particle duality, it has no significance. And here is the one problem which is solved. Problem is, find the wavelength of the carbon dioxide molecule at a velocity of 440 meter per second, and the solution is mass is equal to 44 atomic mass units. So you have to convert it into kg. 44 into 1.66 into 10 raised to minus 27. It will come 7.304 into 10 raised to minus 26 kg. And according to de Broglie, lambda is equal to h by p, which is equal to h upon mv. Just put all the terms. H is equal to 6.626 into 10 raised to minus 34 joule seconds divided by 7.304 into 10 raised to minus 26 kg into 440 meter per second. So wavelength will come 2.06 into 10 raised to minus 11 meters. So for carbon dioxide molecule, the wavelength is 2.06 into 10 raised to minus 11 meters. So this is all about the wave particle duality.